Are you mad that you're not allowed outside?
With sun in the forecast and warmer temperatures, we had intentions of going on the hunt to find pallets and repurpose them into planter boxes. By now we should come to expect that our plans normally go astray, but on this day the urge to stop at the hardware store had us browsing the lumberyard, and the allure of starting a build project planned for later in the spring prevailed. Planter boxes would just have to wait because today is Farmgate Day. We're building a traditional 5-bar single field gate measuring 12 feet wide and 4 feet high that will serve as driveway access to the homestead. You know what I love about filming in the campground?
What? Nothing.
These. All the shitter tubes in the background. You pay extra for that view. Nearly all the projects we tackle are things we've never attempted before, including building this gate, but the only way we're going to learn is to dive in and just go for it. 1x3 by 12 boards were used, cut to size, and the frame laid out and squared up. The corners were reinforced with T-plates, V-plates, and carriage bolts. For what seemed to be a simple assembly, we spent a surprising amount of time tinkering with the spacing of the bars, taking measurements, remeasuring until the bars lined up. The bars were then secured to the frame and checked everything again to make sure that we stayed square. We determined the placement of the vertical center boards, and once satisfied, glued each board to the horizontal bars and nailed them in place. We took measurements for the diagonals. 2 boards are positioned diagonally on each side of the gate, and secured adjacent to the top sides of the center vertical board and at the bottom left and right corners of the frame. The cuts are far from perfect, but for a pair of amateur gate builders, we're pretty satisfied, and most importantly, we still have all our fingers. With the diagonal boards cut and test fit, it was time to bring out the big guns and further secure all the boards.
There's a lot of space over here to do. Now, I can't get it to work on single and hold and press, so it's just on a bounce. So you're gonna have to just tap it like that, tap it like that. Okay?
Okay.
I've set the pressure up and everything. Hold the trigger. So you kind of go like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is serious stuff.
This is serious stuff.
Okay. So just along here?
Yeah, do the middle, do the next one over, so it's easier for you to practice on.
Hold the trigger?
Hold the trigger and then just tap it down and up. There you go. All right, perfect.
The most satisfying part of this build was staining. I wanted to achieve a black-brown color to match the fence posts that we'll eventually fence the property with. But after the first coat was applied, I wasn't happy with the results. There was a green undertone developing and not at all the color I had envisioned. So we're not entirely satisfied with the color that we're getting off that gate. I had a suspicion that this might happen because we're putting such a dark color on light wood, and the result is that it's pulling more green, and we're looking for a black-brown. So what I'm going to do is grab 2 offcuts. I'm going to stain one of them 2 coats of the existing stain color that's on the gate, and then for the other one, I'm going to stain it the existing color and then mix it with a different stain color. And we'll see what the result is, and I think mixing the 2 stains is going to get us closer to the color that we're looking for. Okay, these have been sitting for a while, and this was the result of 2 coats of the original stain color that's on the gate. This is Jacobine, which I don't mind now. I think I kind of like this. This one is a mix of Jacobine and 2 coats of Provincial. So it did come out a little bit lighter, and I think with some teak oil it'll probably draw some warmth out of this wood. And just because, this I really, really like. This is 2 coats of just Provincial. I wouldn't have wanted this for the gate, but I can definitely see us using this for other projects in the future. This is just so, so pretty. Very classic color. So, I'm not sure. I'm kind of leaning more to this one. I mean, there's not a huge difference between the 2. It would be less staining if I went this way, because this would mean another 2 coats on the gate. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure, but I'm leaning towards this one. With the gate essentially finished, we've moved it to the farm until it's ready to be hung and hardware lined up. From afar it looks pretty good, but up close and personal, the imperfections are there. It's our first gate and not our last. In time, it will be repurposed and continue its life on a different part of the pasture. Another project checked off the list and a small step forward in building the character and atmosphere we envision.